Jean-Jacques Rousseau was a Swiss-born philosopher whose political philosophy influenced the leaders of the French Revolution. Rousseau was one of the most influential thinkers during the Enlightenment in 18th century Europe. His first important philosophical work, A Discourse on the Sciences and Arts, where he argued that the progression of the sciences and arts has caused the corruption of virtue and morality. This discourse won Rousseau fame and recognition, and it laid much of the philosophical groundwork for a second longer work, The Discourse on the Origin of Inequality. The second discourse did not win the Academy's prize, but like the first, it was widely read and further strengthened Rousseau's place as an important intellectual figure. The gist of the discourse on the origin of inequality is that human beings are basically good by nature, but were corrupted by the complex historical events that resulted in the present-day civil society. Rousseau's praise of nature is a theme that continues throughout his later works as well, the most significant of which include his comprehensive work on the philosophy of education, the Emily. By the way, his philosophy of education was influenced by John Locke. His major work on political philosophy is The Social Contract. These works caused great controversy in France and were immediately banned by Paris authorities. His social contract started with the following line, that is, man is born free, but everywhere he is in chains. Rousseau fled France and settled in Switzerland, but he continued to find difficulties with authorities and quarrel with friends. The end of Rousseau's life was marked in large part by his growing paranoia and his continued attempts to justify his life and his work. This is especially evident in his later three books, The Confessions, The Reveries of the Solitary Walker, and Rousseau, Judge of Jean-Jacques. Rousseau also greatly influenced Immanuel Kant's work on ethics. There is an interesting contrast between Thomas Hobbes, John Locke, and Rousseau's philosophy. According to Thomas Hobbes, man is evil, whereas Locke says that man is good, while Rousseau says that man is good but society messed him up. Thomas Hobbes says that the purpose of government is to protect people, whereas Locke says that government's purpose should be to give benefit to people, while Rousseau says that government is needed to enforce social contract. Thomas Hobbes says that government should be all-powerful, therefore it cannot be overthrown. Whereas John Locke says that if government is not beneficial for people, then they can overthrow their government, while Rousseau also says that government can be overthrown. On the question of separation of power, Thomas Hobbes says that government power should be absolute, whereas Locke says that power should be shared between legislative and executive branch, while Rousseau also says that power should be shared.